Good evening, friends. Welcome to the post-market update. Today was the expiry session for the Nifty May series, and it was not a very good series as the Nifty was down by around 5% this month. And coming to the action for the day, the markets opened on a gap down note and plunged even more after the Q4 GDP data came out. The GDP data was quite weak as it came at a growth of only 5.3%. As expected of around 6.1%. So this was quite negative for the markets. And the Sensex was down almost 210 points after this news came in. But later during the day, the markets did pick up, and we ended up on almost flat notes as Nifty ended almost only 25%, 25 points down. On the global front, European markets opened on a strong note, and even Asian markets recovered most of their losses and closed on flat notes for the day. Coming to stock specific action, SpiceJet was down around 10% as it announced its numbers yesterday, and the numbers were quite poor. But there was a slight relief for aviation stocks as the ATF prices will be reduced by around 1.7% with effect from tomorrow. And based on this news, SpiceJet did recover a bit, but in the end it could not sustain and was closed down by around 10%. Then McDowell's was down around 7% today as it announced weak numbers yesterday. Further, we did have some action in telecom stocks like Bharti Airtel and Idea, as the cabinet has approved the new telecom policy, and there was positive action in these two stocks in the morning, but in the end again they could not sustain high levels, and Bharti closed on a flat note, and Idea closed down around 3.5%. Among other stocks, there were a few PSU stocks like Bank of India, UCO Bank, and Dena Bank, which were up by around 7 to 8% today. Then lastly, Reliance also saw a good move today, as Reliance Industries saw a good move today, as it was down around 3% for most of the day, but in the closing session it recovered all those losses and closed on flat levels above the key 700 mark. Coming to the sectoral point, the top sectors for today were IT and realty, whereas the losing sectors for today were auto and banking. The top gainers for today were Hindalco, HUL, Cipla, and HDFC Bank, whereas the top losers for today were Tata Motors, ICICI Bank, Maruti, and Sun Pharma. On the rupee dollar front, we witnessed a lot of volatility today as the rupee opened up on almost all-time low levels of around 56.5. But later during the day, again we saw a dip in the rupee as it cooled off, and it came down to around 55.8, 55.9 levels. But again rupee right now is trading around 56, above the 56 levels. So we'll have to wait and watch. That's it, friends, from the post market update. Thank you and have a nice day.